Here we go.
Over to me.
Welcome back to Shift Real Talk, the podcast where you get all the tea when it comes to love, life, and relationships. Today, Pastor Jay will be joining us when he gets here. However, you got your girl, Lady Free.
And Zadie, y'all.
And today, y'all, we are talking about closure is not an apology. Because everybody trying to get, I need closure. But what is closure? So we're going to get into that. But first, I want to say this. We want to be able to help as many people as possible when it comes to relationships. Yes. Because I don't know about you, Zane. I know that for me, after I put these principles in practice, my relationship with my husband has grown, and it's amazing, like in a way that I never thought that I could have. So because of that, this ministry is basically about helping other people to get there too. Because trust, you're gonna want to get there. All right.
Okay. Anyway, we got our challenges too.
I mean, yeah, we got our challenges, but the way we handle them now, So we want to help people with that. And of course, we want y'all to get in the chat, real talk in the chat, so we can see what you got going on. We can hear your heart and we can talk back. Okay. And last but not least, always remember, you can catch us on every podcast platform. Come on with it. We are on every podcast platform. We are here to give you the news, the information that you need to get it together. All right?
Yes.
So, like we've already introduced ourselves. So let's just really get into this talk. When people say, I need closure, Zane, what do they be talking about?
Girl. So let's see, because do you want to talk about what people think closure is, or do you want to talk about what closure really is? Okay, because I hear people talk about closure as far as never talking to him again, never seeing him again, but you never even finalize anything, just cut off whatever it was.
Yeah, right. So because it cut off, you froze, Zane. I don't know if you know that. You froze up. Did you say anything
else? I saw that.
Okay. So basically, it's just a straight up cut off. We broke up. I'm mad. You mad. We don't like each other no more, but we really do love each other. And, now I got you on block, or I'm not answering your calls. And after a while, the pain is there. And you say to yourself, dang, I can't move on because I need closure. Mm-hmm. So that's that thing we talking about today. Closure, it's not an apology. But okay, this is what I do want to know. Whose fault is it that you didn't get your closure?
Well, wait. Okay, before I'll go there with you. I'll go there with
me. Come on, let's ride.
But see, that's good because the fault has to be put on self, because the closure really happened. Or did you sit like we just said? Did we just cut it off? Because cutting it off is not closure. Cut off is just a cut off.
Okay, but
so go ahead.
Okay, so basically, you said the fault is in the hand of the person who didn't get the closure.
The fault is in self.
Okay, break that down for me, and for those who in the cheap seats.
Okay, so if it is agreed upon, or if you feel like it's time for you to move on, whether it's agreed upon or not.
Right.
But then months down the line, you got feelings bubbling up. Then you got a question, did you handle that correctly? Did you really close the book? Or did you just close the chapter and said, I'm done reading?
Wow. Okay. So basically, you know what I just thought about? Okay, closure is more like that thing of, like you said, did I really close this thing? Or do I have a loop going in my mind about what I didn't do right, how it could have been better, why wasn't I good enough, why we didn't make it, especially if that person has moved on and it look like they're happy in a whole nother relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I mean, what causes us to like have that thing where it's like, dog, you know, I ain't get closure. Like I need this person to say something to me, or I need to talk to him so we can talk about this and finally like be done. Like, what's that about?
Yes, let's be honest. A lot of times, we let our emotions rule us, right? And when emotions rule us, it's not logical a lot of times.
Yeah.
Emotions and logic don't go together because now I'm moving on how I feel, but I didn't sit down and think about this whole thing. So in some cases, like the scenario you gave, when you looking at them happy in another situation and make you feel some kind of way, now you're wondering, what could have been done differently? Why you didn't think about that before you shut that book abruptly? You know
But
what I'm saying?
I did think about that.
Did
And then
you?
I went to him and I tried to talk to him about it, but he kept shutting me down and he kept brushing me off. Like, you know, he didn't want to talk about it. He just was like, you know, I just can't do this no more. So although,
Did you?
well,
Did you think about what you could do differently, or did you think about what he could do differently?
oh, that's what you're asking. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times, like, okay, so I'm gonna have a transparent moment.
Okay.
When before me and Pastor Jay got married, we dated. Like, I knew him years before we got married. We dated for like 2 years, and after we were done dating, it was like when we broke up. Um, I'm gonna say for me, it wasn't abrupt because for a woman, I think we already know that this is about to happen. It's like we already because we've tried to talk. We've gotten angry about it. We let him see our true emotions about it. We've let him see our vulnerability and all of that stuff. So for me, it wasn't abrupt. For him, I think it was more abrupt, right? And I remember for us, whenever he would call, I would swipe his butt to the red. I would swipe to the red because I couldn't take hearing him talk to me about what happened and then possibly suck me back in. Because I don't think that you ever can get closure when you really truly do love somebody. I think that you can only get answers. I mean, you disagree?
You can get closure with love. From experience, I can say that because, and I think I told the story before, how my mom told me when I thought I was gonna move on, I'm done, right? And I
Yeah.
called my mom, and my mom was like, "Do me a favor, don't leave." She was like, "I need you to think about every possible thing that you could do, even though I know you feel like you've done everything." She said,
Mm-hmm.
"I want you to sit down and really think, is there anything more I could do?" She said, "Because this is how a lot of people go through revolving doors." She said, "But once you walk away, I want you to feel exhausted, that you've exhausted every avenue you have within you, every means. So when I walked away, there was no looking back, there was no feelings. You couldn't suck me in there. Like it was done."
For
But
me, it
but
was
because my
different.
mom gave me that advice though. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
I think for
Hmm.
me it was different because of the fact that when we finally broke up, I knew I had done everything that I could. I
Hmm.
knew that I tried everything I knew to do. You know what I'm saying? I was patient in areas I shouldn't have been. I kept my mouth closed in areas I should have spoke. So maybe I didn't really do everything. I did everything I thought was good for the relationship at the time. Maybe I should have spoke up more. And that's what I think a lot of times we do too. We don't want to face the truth, or we don't
Yeah.
want to speak the truth to him in a way that will cause us to have arguments, especially if the relationship we already know in our hearts that it's coming to an end. It's like I'm tired of arguing, I'm tired of going back and forth. But what happened was within that time, we were broken up for 3 years before he even came back into my life. And throughout those 3 years, though, we had seen each other out maybe 2 or 3 times. But whenever he would try to call me, I would swipe him to the red. And then, like, once I swiped him to the red, I always wondered, like, man, I wonder what he was going to Look who decided to show up tonight.
Swipe me to the red.
I swiped you to the red.
No, you did not.
Man, you was not there. I swiped you to the red.
What's up?
Because I couldn't talk to him. Say your hellos. Don't.
Well, first and foremost, I'm late. I'm sorry.
I don't interrupting the
but
story.
We have to give a birthday shout out.
Uh-oh.
To Zany. Yeah.
All right, Zane. So let's give a shout out. He came and interrupted the whole. Okay, so ready?
Right, a whole story, okay?
I know the whole story, right?
Today is your birthday. Come on. Happy birthday to you.
Wait. Oh, all right, Zane, please don't encourage it. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zane.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
So he can give us. So we can.
All right, I'm sorry. Go
anyway.
Back to
the story.
The commercial is over. Now, so at the end of the day,
Hey Patricia.
At the end of the
Hey,
day,
Patricia.
Whenever people around me that knew us, everybody used to be like, you know, you miss him, and I'd be like, no, I would never ever talk to this dude again. Every time I did pick up the phone, guess what he used to do? It started off good, and then next thing you know, he'll say, I just need you to know what you did made me feel. And then he would get into how he wanted me to understand him again. And it's like, dude, no, because you never took the time to understand me. So after that, like, I stopped answering because I felt like every time I answered, when I did answer, and the famous thing came out of my mouth, thank you, because you just reminded me of why I don't talk to you. Ooh. Why we broke up in the first place, right?
Really? And guess what?
But
we're here today.
Right. Fast forward, we got back together, but it was 3 years of me. I felt like I had my closure. I felt like there was nothing else for us to say, but I didn't stop loving him though.
Mm-hmm. But let's be honest though. Let's be honest. What happens is when we get in situations, most of us get in situations and we try to make this person be what we need them to be for us. Mm-hmm. So what happens is now when that picture or that need is being taken away, then now we're feeling some type of way and we want answers.
We want it.
We want answers. Oh, what am I not good enough? Or what's wrong with me?
Right.
What did I do? You know, or you changing, you know what I'm saying? So we want answers. So of course we want closure because we want answers. And answers is what? For us.
For us to close.
Closure is for us.
Right.
Closure it's a selfish thing. We want it for us. It is very selfish.
But is that selfish?
Yeah.
To something for yourself that'll stop you from constantly wondering and staying in that place?
You know why? Because I say selfish because instead of understanding that, okay, the relationship didn't work, let's be adults about this and just understand that it did not work. But, and let's just say our goodbyes and let's move on. But what some of us do, the goodbyes become hurtful. Yeah. They become hurtful. They either become dangerous or they become very emotionally stressful, and which is now a level of manipulation to keep us tied in this situation. So we stay in the situation because of the level of manipulation, because it's a selfish act. To me, closure is selfish. What I gotta give you closure for?
But that's the thing. That's the thing about closure. It can either be healing or I could keep you stuck, like you said. Right. But it all depends on how you handle it. That's why I said, whose fault is it? It's self. Because here's the thing. The other person may not ever see their wrong. Like you said, Lady Free, the other person may never see their wrong. But what gives me closure is to say that at least I told you how I felt. If I had kept my mouth closed and never told you how I felt and why, when I told you how I felt, I gave you the opportunity to step up to the plate.
Right.
When you decided not to step up to the plate, that told me where we were in this relationship. And that told me that I can walk away with peace of mind that I did at least express to you what I needed, and you, in your own way, in your actions, told me you couldn't fulfill it.
But I think but I think that depends on the person too, because for me, I'm a why person. And I'm kind of like a perfectionist to a fault sometimes. Like I want to know why I wasn't perfect for you in this relationship. What was it about me that caused the relationship not to continue? So those are some things that I would want to know for me to feel like that I can now move on. But then, to be honest, if I'm in pain and if I'm hurting from the relationship, would I listen to what you tell me that was wrong with the relationship in the first place? Would I even listen?
So why would you worry about being a why person when you're an ex?
Zane, don't you act like you understood what he just said.
I did. I totally got it, because my whole thing is this. A lot of times as women,
I just got it. Right? Oh my God.
But look,
it went right over my head. It went right over my head.
Patricia just said the same thing you said. A lot of women, we do that. We put the fault on ourselves. First of all, how about the person just not mature enough to handle you? What about they're not even the right person to handle you?
Yeah,
but you already said what I did. Why is the question what I did? Baby, I didn't do anything wrong. We just weren't right for each other, and that's
just weren't right for each other. And that's the adult thing to do.
It is, but think about it, in a real straight up relationship, when you have put, like, a lot of times, let's be honest, okay, the reason why we did break up when we broke up was because he cheated, right? So I had a lot of like questions as far as like, why did you do that? What was it about the relationship that wasn't fulfilling? Like, because I was in love with this dude. I really had this guy. He had my heart.
He was?
I'm talking about when we were dating, babe.
Okay, I'm about to say
now. You got it now.
You're like, hold on now.
You got it. But I'm talking about then. So I was hurt. I was so hurt. And the thing was, yes, I could have walked away without having any of the information as to like what happened, what went wrong. But if you think about it, isn't it a mature thing to do to talk about it so that you can know, like, in the next relationship, not to take that pain that you had that I got cheated on or he did this, but now you could take, okay, so these are some things that, possibly I need to look at. Maybe I need to work on these things so the next relationship I won't. No.
Okay. Again, I'm gonna say this again, because in my youth I did the same thing. Got cheated on. What did I do wrong? What do you need from me, girl? In my maturity, let me tell you, I ain't do nothing wrong. Because first of all, self-control comes into action. I don't care if I did everything perfect, and I don't care if I did something wrong. Even if I did something wrong, it is not on me. It is not my responsibility to keep you. It is your responsibility to keep you.
It is true.
Just like me, if I cheat, that is not on my husband. That's not nothing he did. Yes, we have influences. Yes, we have things that try to weaken us. However, self-control has to come into play to say, I am not going there.
So Patricia said, I want closure because I want to know what I did wrong. Then I won't make that mistake again. I thought the same thing, Patricia. And so even with
but why do you think it, before you say that,
okay,
why do you think it's a mistake?
Because it didn't work.
That don't mean it was a mistake. It don't mean that at all.
I understand that now. It just means
it don't mean that.
It's a possibility.
Because guess what? Because hold on.
Okay.
Because guess what? If it's the right person, mistakes and all, it would not matter. If it was a mistake, if you were not perfect, if you were not all the way there, that would not matter. It's just not the right person.
This is true. Because to be honest, even though we're the same two people embodied in the same, body, we were two totally different people. And when we got back together, it was like, even through the mistakes, we figured it out. Like, we learned how to appreciate each other and it was different because we were more mature. Because it wasn't about who fought or whatever. It wasn't. And then you got to think about it. When somebody's in pain, when somebody's going through a whole bunch of stuff in their life, in their personal life, and they're in a relationship, a lot of times you will be overlooked because you can't really see clearly to who it is that you with through the pain that you're carrying. And that's what happened with us. Like Pastor Jay and I both were going through a lot personally, like in our lives. So therefore, we couldn't really see each other that good because it was too much fogginess of like stress that we was going through, depression that I was in at the time. It was a lot.
So in other words, I don't want to cut you off, Jane. I know you because you look like you got.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
So a lot of times it's not. Because a lot of times what we do is we always look at what we did wrong.
Yeah.
And when we start looking at what we did wrong, again, that goes back to a selfish situation because now you want to stay with this person to make the change. But sometimes it's not the right time. Sometimes it's not the right person. Right. Sometimes it's just not right. Yeah. Situation could not be right. And maybe you're in the situation before you're ready for it. Because a lot of times what happens is if you're trying to figure yourself out, if you're trying to figure yourself out, you cannot be in a relationship and you still trying to figure yourself out.
That's true.
Something is gonna suffer.
That's
Either
true.
You figuring yourself out gonna suffer or the relationship gonna suffer. But you can't do both of them at the same time.
There you go.
So we gotta come to that realization. You know what? Listen, and this is where we go wrong. We never be honest. I'm not ready. I can't do it right now. I'm just not at the point of where I could give this my full self. Because a lot of times when you get in a relationship, you know what you have to do? You have to deny yourself because you're in a relationship with somebody else. But if you don't know who you denying, how are you going to be in the relationship?
You talking, boy.
You don't even know who you are to deny yourself.
Come on. Boy. And then on top of that, if you're trying to figure out who you are, you're not going to give that up to be in the relationship, although you want love in that very moment. You want to relate and be with somebody. But you, like you said, it's like we don't say this thing of, I'm not ready. A lot of times, females, we hear the I'm not ready after you've already
gave up the cookie.
But that's our fault too. That's our fault. Let me tell you. No, let me say, even though we hear that, even though we hear it directly afterwards, they have told us that from the beginning. We just didn't pay attention. So, okay, so when you enter into courtship with this man who know he ain't ready, you start saying stuff like, I want this and I want this. I want kids. I want a house. I want this. And you have all these conversations and he like, yeah, one day I'm going to get there. He's saying stuff like this.
Right.
Or, yeah, I can see that in the future. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. Not right now, but.
Slim. Hold on. Wait, you going too fast right now.
All of that. That's telling us they're not ready. They just didn't directly say it. So here we are. We giving ourselves up. It's like, oh, he's in agreement. And then you have sex with him. Like you sex with him. Like you said. But now, you got the point. But now your emotions are tied to this man. Yeah. And this man told you from the beginning, I'm not tied to you. And so then when you're coming on strong and he come out direct, now he got to be direct with you. Because now you are coming on strong and he got to tell you, wait a minute, I ain't ready for that now. You're like, wait a minute, but you took my goodies and too late. He told you all this from the beginning. You gave your heart to that.
Wow.
Most people want love, but they don't want the commitment. And you can't even get to the point of loving if you don't have the commitment, because that commitment is a reflection of our relationship with God. Because how could we even know God and love him, but we don't commit to him? It's the same thing in relationship. So most of us want that love and we want the convenience of being in a relationship, but we don't want to commit.
We don't want to do the work.
We don't want to do what it takes to say, okay, this is where I have to be ready for this level of commitment.
Right. Yeah. And this is where I have to be. Like, who talks about that? Like, where is it that a person should be in order to be ready for a relationship? Because you're never going to be perfect. You always going to have some type of baggage or brokenness.
Yeah.
But what place should I be at to even say, okay, I'm ready? Because a lot of times when you're in a relationship and you stay and you stay and you stay, and now you're 10 years in and he hasn't proposed to you, he hasn't made you believe that y'all gonna be together. As a matter of fact, at this point, he's trying to make you believe it's okay not to get married because it's just a piece of paper. And now you're sacrificing, and you never get that like thing of you was never ready for the relationship. Why didn't you just say you weren't ready, but we stayed?
So, wait a minute. Patricia, I want to ask you something. Do you know Gwen Armour? I just want to know that. Do you know Gwen Armour? But anyway, so what is the difference, y'all? What is the difference between the apology and the closure? What is the difference? And why would we even want that when it comes time to saying this is over? Like, why do we even need either one of them? But when the relationship ends course.
The apology is so dangerous, right? Because the apology can keep you tied to that person. Oh, he apologized. He understands his wrong. So then I'll give him another chance. And that wasn't the reason for the apology, right? But then also it can be dangerous because the apology may never come. And so it keeps you tied to an emotion.
Wow.
Which doesn't allow you to close out those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to what I said earlier, that closure is a self-motivated task. It's not motivated by what the other person does at all. So
right.
Closure is important for self to say, whether I get this apology or not, I am worth more than this. I have to move on. Yes, I loved him. And probably will always still have love for him as a friend and as a brother in Christ. But because I know I deserve more, I have to move on.
That's true. So in other words, the apology, check this out. The apology actually keeps you accountable. Like, you take accountable for even this person may trying to even be manipulative and, well, what did I do? Or what did, listen, I'm sorry that it didn't work out. That actually could give closure. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking actually accountability, because that's what the apology is. It's taking accountability. So whatever didn't go wrong or whatever didn't go right, I'll take the blame for it. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize. But some people still don't even take that accountability. They still make it hard. Like, sorry. You are sorry.
Right. Yeah.
You are sorry, man.
So then that leaves me with closure is apology is the person taking accountability for what they did or how the relationship. Okay, I'm sorry for the things that I did. That cuts me off from dragging you through the rest of my life with the things that we went through, right? That's like me letting go of all of that other stuff. But closure, that's the thing where I need to talk about what happened. We need to talk. Usually that's that thing. We need to talk, because it's like you want to know what happened, because especially for that woman that still is in love. Like, I still love him, and her pain speaks very loudly. She has a nasty disposition. She, a whole bunch of anger comes out because she don't know how to really decipher those feelings. But I think that closure and those feelings hinge on what happened to them as they was younger, growing up.
Yeah.
It's like it hangs on that childhood resentment towards a parent who left and did not give them closure, or who didn't apologize for some of the things that they experienced in their life. Had the parent been there, they feel like they wouldn't have gone through it. So they don't know how to close a chapter because it was never afforded them when they was in that training stage of growing up and becoming a mature person in a relationship. So a lot of times people, they don't know how to even receive closure or an apology.
My dad, what's up, Dad? What do you mean by stop that? Explain that. You put stop that on the phone. I want to know what you meant by that. And
so let me ask.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was about to ask, what's the purpose of the apology? Like, why does a person desire an apology?
Why does a person desire an apology? That's a good question.
Because you hurt me, and now you're telling me, now you're helping me to understand you cared. It's like that thing that you actually care.
You want acknowledgement.
Yeah, you hurt me. But if you act like you don't care and you don't never apologize, it's almost like.
Let's be honest, though. Let's be honest about this, y'all. Is a breakup, I mean, is it a good thing? I mean, it should be. And it could be if the two people who were mature adults were able to understand that this is not good for us.
Yeah.
But the today's society and the cultures always shows how a breakup is bad. I was watching the clip the other day, and it was crazy. The boyfriend broke up with the girl. And she on IG said, this nigga just broke up with me, excuse my language. This Negro just broke up with me in his car at the hotel. What should I do? I'm ready to key his car up. And it's like, huh?
But you broke up though.
But y'all ain't even together. What? So the point is, it's like we take self, it's like we go more into it than it. Huh?
Y'all frozen. Yeah, y'all know.
Okay, so listen. When you talking about the breakup, right? I actually just forgot about what I was
saying. So
it happened.
No, so what happens is we go into the relationship more. I think we take it personal because, and I don't know whether we should take relationships personal because it's really a friendship and really understanding how important friendship is because according to scripture, everything that God created that he said was good. The only thing that he said was not good was the fact that it was not good for man to be alone. So that's how important relationship is. But a lot of us don't, the key word, relationship.
Right.
Most of us don't know how to relate in the relationship.
Nope.
So we get personable in the relationship and make it just about how we feel. And we totally forget that there's somebody else in the relationship.
Yeah.
So we don't really understand sometimes how we drive people away from being with us because we're making it totally about us and we don't even know how to relate in the relationship. So I think we got to make a conscious effort to understand what relationship is so that we don't, if it does not work, that means guess what? We weren't able to relate. We were not even able to come on the same level, healthily to be on the same level, to be able to exist together.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. We lose friends pretty much every day because guess what? Sometimes I've been with friends that I've been with 25, 13, 16 years that we cool, but we're not as close as we were because we just grew in separate paths.
But I think
I don't take that personal.
But it's it is personal. That's the
Why?
hardest part. Because you are, okay, so listen, people don't get, I remember what I was about to say. People don't understand once in a relationship, especially today, we know intimacy is involved, right? Whether it's a relationship where y'all just kicking it or whether y'all are saying that y'all together, okay? Once you give yourself and that person, as the Bible calls it, he knew her. Once you are involved intimately like that, you become his wife. The two become one.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, yes, it's hard to leave that person. It is personal because you telling me that me and you not going to be able to make it, but I'm connected to you through my soul. And now you saying we got to take that and cut that down the middle. I need to go my way. I'm going to lead out.
Look how backwards that is.
It might be, but we talking about
because
reality.
You connected with the soul, but you're still not committed to. So why I'm saying, like, why not say, you know what? If I'm good enough to give you the deepest part of me, but you're not good, but you're not wise enough to make this situation right, then that who's that on? See, because if you stay in that situation, you can't. No, I don't agree with that.
I get it, but you got to understand, you don't have to agree. The thing is, it's happening.
I understand that, but that's why we're saying that.
I know, but we talk, okay, this is happening. And people don't realize that when they give themselves to, especially when a woman receives a man, she becomes his wife. That's why all of a sudden she starts acting like she's wifey. Because it's the way God created us to be. That was how it was designed. So when you're talking about we breaking up, that's personal and it's hard. Why? Because now I know that I have to walk away from somebody that I've given myself to, become one with, and love. And I may never talk to this person again. Some people become friends. I don't know what kind of friends those are. But it's the thing of, I am going to have to leave this person, and now me and this person may not ever have a relationship again. That's hard to comprehend, especially with people today who are so afraid of losing relationships because their daddy didn't show them how to have a relationship. Their mom was too busy working to make ends meet to have a relationship, so they was looking for this. They found it, and now it's not working. Yes, it's personal.
But that's called a soul tie, because you're right. Their souls intertwined, and that's a soul tie. However, nothing else did. And it goes back to what Pastor Jay said about the commitment. So that's why a lot of people feel stuck. Like, I really love this guy, but I don't want to be with him. But I can't leave him alone. Oh, I love this girl, and I can't leave her alone. I don't know what it is about them. They're just toxic to me. Yeah, it's called a soul tie. You gave yourself too soon. You gave your body to this person way too soon. Like Pastor Jay said, it's backwards. And we don't understand, like, society only shows you the surface, the things you can see. Mm-hmm. It doesn't show you the underlying things that's going to happen. And you wondering why, when you encounter these things, when you experience these things, why other stuff is happening. And that's why. Because just like, for instance, every action has a reaction or / consequence. Right. We never foresee the consequence. As kids, we never see the consequence. We just see, I want to do that action. I want to jump off that bridge. Yeah. That looked like that's fun. They didn't get hurt, but we never understand that there's other things in play that kept that person from getting hurt. Right. Mm-hmm. So that I want to say that, because even for those who you say you don't know what kind of relationship they have, in a mature person, they can have a good relationship, because you want to know why? They realize that the nature of the relationship was misinterpreted. So now we have to go back and we have to fix what we messed up. Because yes, God did put us in each other's lives, but it wasn't to be intimate. It wasn't for me to be your spouse. So now we got to go back and go and erase what we, not really erase, but say, okay, we messed up this friendship by going a little bit in a different direction, but let's get it back on the right track. So it is possible to have a relationship afterwards, a clean one. No,
I disagree.
So wait a minute. Hold on, before you disagree, because I'm elaborating on what Zane said. First and foremost, Patricia said, if I don't get closure, it'll be always on my mind, how, why. Yeah. This is why I want to say what I want to say, because of that comment right there. And it goes with what Zane was saying. A lot of times what we do is, because we don't really understand what commitment is, a lot of us get in relationships and we don't really know who we're getting in relationships with. This is why it's so important that we understand who we're in relationship with. Mm-hmm. Because there are some people who are very living out of fear. They're living out of fear. Yes. And what causes their fear is fear of somebody leaving, mm-hmm. fear of losing, fear of it not working out, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. Yeah. These people look for these needs to be met through what? Intimacy. Because intimacy is what makes them at least cope with this feeling. Something. Well, you are showing me that you care about me because you're physically giving yourself to me. So what we've done now is we've created a soul tie with somebody who lives in fear. So you know what we do? We're scared now. We're acting out of fear because we done slept with somebody who lives in fear. So now we're acting in fear because guess what? We're fearful to commit.
Our souls have intertwined.
We have intertwined with somebody who's in fear. That's why we got to be very careful. Very, very careful. That thing is serious, man. That's why I counsel people now, even single people. I tell them, if you can refrain from it, we say this all the time on the show. If you can refrain from kissing, because kissing is the gateway to going into that. It'll start from one little kiss, and then it'll go to an intimate kiss. And all it takes is that intimate kiss for it to really get to something. You never know how somebody won't stop when you get them to that point.
Right. Yeah.
They will not stop. Yeah. And they won't stop at nothing because they're at that point. We gonna do this.
To a little nice meal.
What? So the whole point is we don't realize the damage that we do because we're being selfish when it comes to our flesh. Our flesh is the thing that drives a lot of people. And because it drives us, it puts us in predicaments that'll be hard to get out of. Because guess what now? You know what happens when you're intimate with somebody. We know what happens, especially a lot of us don't use protection. So we're stuck in a situation that we only was trying to feel good about.
Right.
We was only trying to feel good. We was only trying to get this need met. So now we are trying to
your legacy begins.
Your legacy begins from a broken situation, from a fearful situation, which is totally out of line, and which is totally not how God. So that's what I'm saying. Even in those situations, that's why I said I agree with Zane said. I agree in those situations. You have to somebody have to say, you know what? I need to get help because I can't continue to live my life dealing with the fact that I'm scared that you may leave.
And then we give that person the opportunity to tell us why we wasn't distant. No, because that's the problem in the first place. You didn't get to know me enough to even understand me enough to tell me your why I wasn't anything.
That's right.
And what I was saying with Zane, I agree with everything you said up until that last point. I don't agree that when you have been intimate with somebody and had a level of sharing and intertwining with somebody that y'all can wipe the slate clean.
It's called hitting it.
Baby.
No,
but what I'm saying is, I don't agree that you could be friends again. Not because it's always gonna be that thing.
Yeah. It'd be hard.
I've seen it, and I've seen it, and I've seen it be pure and
relationship. You don't know how many times that person have probably flirted.
Okay, I've lived it. How about this? I've lived it, and I don't desire that person at all.
It's rare, but do they desire you?
Not the heartbeat. What's the heart? Wait, that's a drawing.
But do they desire you though? Let's just keep it funky. Keep it funky.
Well, to be honest, Zane.
Okay.
It is. I mean, it can. I'm not like I said. It depends on the individuals, the level of maturity, but there will be some level of uncomfort because
it's rare.
Because you'll be like.
And would you have that person around your now spouse, and your spouse know that you and this person have been intimate? And would your spouse be comfortable knowing? That's true. Because the thing about it is, a real friend, me and that friend can be in the same room with nobody else. We're kicking it, tripping, and nobody has an issue. But if you and that person cannot even be in the same room by yourself without your husband coming in and seeing y'all together and wondering what's going on, that's really not a friend. That's somebody you know. That's an associate, but that's not a friend.
I just think it would be uncomfortable. I think it would be uncomfortable, period, to have just to think I've been with that person and have them around my spouse. But you know what the weird thing is? And I know talk shows are not real, but I've seen it on a talk show where somebody did that. And the ex-lover and the new man was friends. And she was like, but it's nothing going on. And
the fact that she even had to say that. No.
But at the same token, the new man was feeling uncomfortable. That's why he was on the talk show.
Exactly.
He wants the phone unlocked because he felt uncomfortable. So y'all have a point. Y'all have a point. I give y'all that. Y'all have a point.
And the fact that when you think that this is, we friends, it's like, but are y'all really friends? Once that information comes out that this is something and me and this person, even if you cross the line a little bit, where there is an opportunity for this person to have even thought they can get with you. Ooh, I just realized I had no earrings on. Once that information comes to the forefront, will that person be comfortable with you and that and him in the same room and it's okay? Like nothing. Or on the phone late at night, because friends talk all times, day or night. So the definition of friend, I don't think that's possible. The definition of somebody you no longer have beef with that you could talk to here or there, yes, maybe. But friend is important. You can't take friend lightly.
I agree. I agree. You changed my mind.
See that face? Nope. So okay, so then so how can you help people? Because we coming to an end, y'all. How do you help people understand the journey to closure?
The journey to closure?
Come on, Pastor Jay, bring it on.
First and foremost, is closure needed? Is the question. And it'll only be needed if you live in need.
What?
If you live needing, if you live being a needy person, then you need closure. You need explanation. You need why. You need
validation.
X. If you live in need, then that's what you need. You need to be validated. You need closure.
I need to understand why.
I need to understand why it didn't work.
What scientist has a science project and it doesn't work and don't want to know why? You have a hypothesis, a hypotenuse. You have all of that. You want to know why something didn't work.
I think everybody wants to have
natural. But I'm gonna tell you, okay, so of course, I went to my bestie, ChatGPT. And this is what me and Chat was talking about, closure. And this is, I need to bring my glasses. Let me see if I can read this. This is it. Closure is something you decide, not something someone else gives you. If you, okay, hold up. It says closure is a desire for peace, meaning an emotional resolution, but it's often misplaced onto the person who caused the wound. One last thing. It gave me, when people say I need closure, they're usually saying one or more of these things. I need understanding so my mind can stop looping. That's what me and Miss Patricia said.
Yeah.
Translation, I'm tired of replaying this in my head. Number 2, people need closure or say I need closure because I want my pain to be acknowledged. Translation, please don't act like this didn't matter. Number 3, they need closure because I'm struggling to accept the ending as it is. Translation, this didn't end the way I thought it would, and I don't know how to release it. And last but not least, I want emotional relief without confrontation. For some, closure is a safer word than saying I'm hurt, I feel rejected, I feel abandoned. It's vulnerability wrapped in emotional armor. And the translation for that is, I want peace, but I don't know how to ask for it. So yes, closure is important, but I think we put the closure on the wrong person. Closure is mine. Closure is mine to give. I don't need permission to understand what happened because a lot of times you will not get that. It'll just be a cycle of you going back and you going back and you going back.
Well, I was trying to tell you about the needy person.
Mm-hmm. What about the needy person?
Is closure needed? It's only needed for a needy person. That needy person. Yeah, the needy. Yeah, I'm only trusting.
Okay, I'm trusting.
Let me go. I'm
trusting you.
Needy people have unmet expectations. They have things that they look for, and they're living in lack. So they look for certain things. So I need guidance. I need permission. I need you to assure me. So these are things that are needed. So if you are this type of person, then of course you need to be validated in your quest for
emotional resolve.
Resolve. Yeah, you definitely need. But I think people who are, and that's the difference between people who are really growing in spaces where they know that if I'm going in a different direction, I don't need to be validated. So I don't need the closure. I don't need it because I just recognize that this situation is not going to work for me. I don't know,
Pastor Jay.
It's not going to work for me.
I trust in
you. I don't believe closure is needed all the time. I don't believe that.
Not all the time. What is needed in a relationship is necessary. As a matter of fact,
that's one part of relating. The end of it.
Relating. So at the end of the day, all of us want closure. All of us. It's not, and it's not about. I think it goes back to what Lady Free said. We misplace where the closure comes from.
Right.
We don't need closure from the other person. We need it from self. Because the other person, if they couldn't fulfill you in the relationship, they're not going to fulfill your closure either. What you're looking for is outside of them.
Come on.
What you're looking for is inside of you.
Yeah.
So it is needed because I need, like you said, so for instance, the scenario about the racing thoughts, I need peace of mind.
Right.
I can't look for you to give me peace of mind. You're a mere man. How you gonna give me peace of mind? You can't even give me peace of mind in a relationship.
You could be vindictive and you happy that I'm hurting because you're hurting.
Exactly. So where I need to go? I need to go to the source, my creator. Because if I can't find it within myself, God help me understand why my mind keep racing over something that's not even good for me. Help me understand
Ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. You gotta go to God for your closure.
It's needed. You're just going to the wrong source.
And then you know what, Suzanne and Pastor Jay, a lot of times we have to understand God says my ways not your ways, and my ways are higher than your ways. It could very well be that God helped you to get out of that situation and you trying to go back to that situation to figure out why it didn't work. When God is saying, come to me. I'm the one who allowed certain things to play out the way they did because I was protecting you. So that person can never help you understand why. Only I have your why. So come to me.
Real quick, Patricia said, if I didn't care about the person that much and didn't get into the person beat like that, I'll go my way and he go his way.
Well, Patricia,
you might have said deep.
Yeah,
deep like
that. Patricia, you have to do this. Well, not saying that this is even your situation now, but share this with others. God has your why. And Dad talking about, but wouldn't you say it's hard to be in a relationship without kissing? Yes, Dad, it is.
It's not hard.
It is hard, but you have to be disciplined. A lot of times we don't learn discipline. You got to have self-control, Dad.
You can't
kissy, smoochy.
Yeah, you can't be in a relationship without. You can do it,
and it is hard.
We won't say it's easy, but I would say it's best.
It's best.
It's not easy. I will say that, but it is best.
That's right.
It is best.
It is necessary.
It is definitely
because especially today, we don't know what's underneath all of that nice shape, beautiful face, handsome muscles. Pop.
You may be getting.
We don't know.
You might be getting an explosion.
That is true.
Boom.
You don't know what's inside, so find out what's inside first before you put your lips on it.
Okay.
Before you put anything on it.
Because, like you said, that explosion, boy, you put your heart on that thing, it'll blow your whole heart open.
What?
And you'll be wondering why. And God says, "Hey, I tried to stop you, but since you had to have your way, come on, come here." And you put the head on his bosom, and he become your refuge place. And you let him cry. And you let him know everything you could let that man know. because he'll listen and then he'll say, "It's okay, daughter. I got you. Daddy got you." He did it to me, and it felt great.
Well, y'all. So listen, man. Listen. Y'all was on point today. I will say this. Y'all get thumbs up for. Y'all get thumbs up. Y'all was on point today. But I still believe that closure, even though we all agree that it is a part of relating, I still believe that if you take responsibility for whatever happens in the relationship, then closure is not needed, because you're only going backwards to really try to, like I said, I believe it becomes manipulative when you're right. Trust me, what you're saying is right. But like I said, if somebody's willing to take accountability for the whole situation, I take responsibility for this. You know what? I'm gonna be the big person and say it was my fault. It was on me. This one is on me. So look, it ain't gonna work. It was on me. In that sense, right there, closure. You closed the door without any issues, because you gave the apology. You said sorry for if I made you feel this in any way. You know, sorry I took it too long. I think that's commendable. Sorry that I got your feelings involved. Sorry that, because I remember doing that, and allowed this person. I did it. I allowed this person to make me feel sorry for her, and then took my apology back and got back in the trap when I was gone.
I thought he was going to talk about me. I was going to say, baby,
no, it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
That's why I was looking like I was.
No, it wasn't you. Because I went through that. I apologize.
Because he did tell me, I can't do this to you. It's something about you. You too special. I can't be with you right now. La la la. No. But at the same time, you were still living with me, and we were still doing more than kissing. Dad, God forgave us. We already prayed about it.
I wasn't talking about you, but now you think about it, that is an example. No.
And I thought I got closure, but you came back in.
No, because
and then I closed and you came back in.
Well, here's the thing with that was, because I knew I couldn't give you what you deserved. I couldn't give it to you.
He kept saying that too, so I thought he was playing.
No, I was dead serious.
Because he kept anyway. So that's
that was the respect that I had for you.
Yeah, but so respect, but at the same time you came back and you was like, baby.
I understand that because we have already crossed some boundaries.
True.
And guess what? We were doing things that would even help enhancing the boundaries that we were crossing. So the lifestyle that we were living at the time, it caused for us to be.
And that's who we talking to. Some people on here with that lifestyle where they doing other stuff.
Because to be honest, we were needy people. We needed
each other.
Yeah, we needed that. But I couldn't commit.
But closure for us came with a breakup. And we went back and forth after the breakup on the phone, even tried to go out a couple of times. It just didn't work. When it's not working, it's not working. And the only person that gave me my answer was God. Then I started growing. Then I started getting my color back because he had started graying me out. Ladies, have you ever been in a relationship where you was all glowing when you first got there and all of a sudden you started graying?
All right. Now.
Skin breaking out, gaining weight.
That's what we go through as women. But then you realize over time, hey, this is best. And God knew what it was the whole time. He wasn't a bad person. It's just that the stuff he was going through, the stuff I was going through, it wasn't the right time. But honey, 3 years later, he arose.
Because I had to mature.
He arose. Hallelujah.
I had to mature. I had to go through some things that taught me some lessons, and I learned.
And I learned some lessons too. And 3 days later, 3 years later, he arose. Hallelujah.
But listen, y'all.
So anyway.
Listen, y'all. That's our time, man. We thank y'all for rocking.
Cut this off.
Yeah, you don't really want to say that's our time. But listen.
That's how I felt, y'all.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I was in love. I was in love, man. I was in love. No, for real. All jokes aside, I was in love with my friend. because we were friends.
He was.
But like I said, because I wasn't where I wanted to be to give her the relationship that I felt that she deserved.
Yeah.
Because I knew what type of woman she was. She was raised in a Christian background, even though she wasn't doing nothing Christian.
I was still going to church.
We all still going to church. We all still going to church, but we was living double lives. Come on here.
Well, I had to throw that out there.
Listen, I mean, real talk. We wasn't right.
We wasn't right.
We tried. He be throwing me. I be having bus tire marks all over. Like dog.
We was out there. We was. But again, we were needy. Like we were living in fear.
We was going through in our personal life.
Yeah, we were going through, man. We were living in fear, and our fears were causing us to sin because we needed certain things to fulfill those voids.
Yeah. And we wasn't helping.
And it wasn't healthy. We wasn't helping each other at all.
So I started graying out. My skin wasn't glowing no more. I was like, what?
She wasn't graying out because of the stress. She was graying out because of their narcotics.
Oh,
it wasn't like it was crack cocaine and heroin.
Come on, enemy. Now, come on, enemy.
I thank God for deliverance. This is testimony service. I thank
God for real. God delivered us.
Mary Joanna.
God delivered us from that. Mary Jane.
Listen, since we own that, let me say this to somebody. If you smoking and you do not have the job to sustain that bill, that is a bill. When you add up everything that come along with it, at the end of the month, you have paid at least a good $500 bill. Satan is a stealer. He's coming to steal, kill, and destroy, and he's doing all of it. So, pray and ask God to help deliver you. Because, baby, it's worth the deliverance. You're a better person for it. Trust me, I was scared I wasn't going to be better, but I'm better.
She's saying that because, nigga, I had a bill per week. I think I spent about $250.
Yeah.
And couldn't pay my rent.
Okay, see, we getting into street language now. It ain't no Nick no more. Right, you spend that little 25 here there. Then you got to go get something to put it in. Then you got to go get something to light it with. It's too much. It's too much. Satan has tricked you. The smoke and mirrors, people. He tricked us too. So we can talk about it. Don't be fooled by the lies of the enemy, because he will do it to keep you stuck, and we were stuck for a minute.
Yeah, we were stuck.
But thank God for deliverance.
Thank God for deliverance, y'all. Listen, y'all, that's our time.
That's our time.
That's our time. Anybody got anything to say before we close out? Listen, y'all. I know. Let me say first of all, y'all. We want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We do know that this is the season that we celebrate Jesus, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, his birth. You know what I'm saying? So there is a reason that we celebrate.
Absolutely.
So we just want you guys to spend time with your family. Enjoy.
Love somebody. Forgive somebody.
This is going to be the first Christmas that I do nothing, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. So happy Christmas Eve. We love you guys so much. We will see you back here next Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And most of all, don't forget to listen. We on every podcast platform. Until next week, guys, I'm your girl, Lady Bree.
I'm your boy, Pastor Jay.
And I'm Zany, y'all.
Love you, and we're at